EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Indianapolis, Indiana, where they fire up the crowd with the striking of the anvil as it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from downtown Indianapolis. Ashton Doolin now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by the former first-round pick out of Duke, quarterback Daniel Jones.
And we see Daniel Jones take the field, and a bit of a polarizing player, Mike, not necessarily just in New York, but throughout the league, and there's just so much potential. There is so much talent. You think back to him coming out of college. He's big, he's strong, he can run, he can make every throw. And remember, only a couple years ago, he took this Giants team not only to the playoffs, but got a big road victory against Minnesota. So he's shown he can do it. He needs to bounce back from last year's injury and put together more consistent performances than he has of late.
That's the way to get started, a pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
Left side, that is caught by Warren. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Throwing is Jones on 3rd down. Into space at the 45. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Colts. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st down, Jones. The right side, that is hauled in by Warren. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. They're locked in on this drive. 2nd connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he'll be taken down. We have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
Jones now on third and under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So on fourth down, here comes Spencer Schrader for the Colts field goal. This about as short as you can get. That one is good. And the Colts will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback. You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Open man downfield. That's Ingram. They get 24 on that one. First down, Broncos.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter. 2nd and 11 as we are ready to get back underway. On second down, it's Nix. He connects with Mims. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
Now it's Dobbins. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
Tackled by Rodney Thomas. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line.
Here's Dobbins. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
First and goal.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
Touchdown, Denver.
A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Broncos move out to a 7-3 lead.
Colts 3.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Colts offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Jones. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Zach Allen in there to drop him, and that's going to be a loss of 9 to open this drive.
And he stood tall in the pocket, hoping something would open up downfield, but this pass rush, they've been relentless in their pursuit of the quarterback, and they're able to bring him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, it's Jones. He's got a man. That's Josh Downs. They're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Give up the middle to Taylor. Ooh, well, now you see him, now you don't. Good juke move there, and a gain of 6.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a big of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. And downfield, it is Downs with the catch. 25 yards, the pickup there. First down, Indianapolis.
That's good.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
On play action, it's Jones. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he'll be run out short of the line of scrimmage, so let's call it a loss of 1 on first down.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack. But there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
The 22-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up third and 9.
From the gun, it's Jones. He'll let this go towards the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there.
Automatic first down.
The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face first and goal. Oh, the ball's out. And they will get another chance. They cover it up after very nearly squandering a great scoring opportunity.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here. The ball comes loose. Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense.
And he will get into the end zone. Daniel Jones. Touchdown, Colts.
Their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Spencer Schrader now on for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Colts are on top. It's now 10-7.
Broncos 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jaleel McLaughlin now on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll do so with first and 10. Throwing is Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And that one just too long to get going. They'll come up and stop him before the lineman to get out to lead the way.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers and secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision, and that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Now And the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Mims sent in motion here. Nick snap on 1st and 10. That's taken in by Franklin. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He finds his tight end, Ingram. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. A gain of 24 through the air. Good for a Denver first down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And that will lead to a second down.
It's not often you see a pass that's out of the reach of this guy. I mean, 50-50 balls tend to go his favor more often than not, but this one kind of gets away from him just a little bit and falls incomplete.
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos will tie this game up here late in the first half.
And barring something dramatic here happening, that field goal should take us into the break all tied up. So this one obviously could go either way. I'm really excited to see, Mike, which team comes out of the halftime break, make some adjustments on both sides of the ball to try to give themselves the edge.
So the late field goal brings us level. Final few seconds before halftime as the kick's away. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out, per the new rule, to the 35-yard line. Jones now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. McLaughlin now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Broncos offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do them any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They send Sutton in motion. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up third and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Nix from the gun on third down. Downfield, got him, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. And how about that? Third and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down. A run with Dobbins. Past midfield to the 45. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL, and I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
He'll give it to Dobbins. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Here's Nix to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be taken down. They get 24 on that one. Just like that, it's first and goal.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop.
It is brought in the end zone. Portland Sutton, touchdown Broncos.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. His kick is good. Broncos go up by 7. It is now 17-10. Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. touchdown. Lutz gonna send this one away. Here's Gould on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Colts offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Second and 10. Jones. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down. That's the Pro Bowler from a year ago, Nick Bonito. Gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up third down. Here's Jones to throw. Short one, and it's caught by Warren. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense. Automatic first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw is Jones. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. This one's going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. To throw, it's Jones. He'll go right back to Taylor, who's got it again. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
He's got his tight end. That's Warren. And the defense can't come up to stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
That's good.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
They'll run on first down with Taylor. And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
In motion comes Pittman. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.
Still second down.
Now Jones. That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Jones. A throw on the move is caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. He'll try to run for it. And he'll give himself up after picking up the 1st down. A gutsy call, but they pay it off. It's a gain of 17.
4th and short. Initially, you could tell he's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the 1st down, and keeps this drive alive.
A run with the former K-State product, DJ Giddens. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
You know, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance.
A dive for the end zone, but he loses the football. The Broncos say they have it, and yes, they do. Talk about a big swing there. The offense was driving, had it in the red zone, looking to score. Not only does the defense stop them, Greg, they get the ball back, and they improve the field position with a nice fumble return.
And what a change of events. You find yourself defending your own side of the field, and next thing you know, you scoop. For a minute, it looked like there was going to be a score, but either way, after running out of gas, he sets his offense up in a great situation.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
At the 39-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Handoff here, up the middle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So, fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Mims sent in motion here. They'll stay on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. The Colts will signal for their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Down to a knee one more time. And that should just about do it. So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the 2nd half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.